Hello there, I'm live for the hour. I'm going to do some readings for anyone that would wish today. I do apologize for being a little late getting on. Things happen. Things seem to happen in the moment. But I'm live. I'm going to be doing some readings with cards. I like to get on here, excuse me, like to get on here once a week to do this. I'm always a little embarrassed because it seems like the first minute or two of whenever I get on here goes on to the story of my Facebook page. I'm like, well, this is never the part where I'm doing anything useful, you know. But no, I appreciate everyone that gets on. Let me just fix this up a little bit here, right there. Appreciate everyone that gets on. I'm going to follow the usual thing I do, which is to have you guys put your questions in the comment section there, and I'll just read one by one and see how many people we get to by the end of the hour. I was going to say, we're getting to the end of April. It's been a long month for everyone. Kind of thought it would be. A long month. I think we're past most of the astrological. Everyone, I think we're past most of the astrological heaviness of this month. Next month, I'll put a video out about the astrology of May. It's an interesting one. It's certainly not as intense as the last bursts of things we've been through. But yeah, hey, all right. I don't really feel like yapping right now, so I think I'm just going to get straight to your questions here. Sorry, I'm over on YouTube. I haven't got this quite set up right. Camera's not showing here. Oh, damn it. Whatever. I'm not that concerned. As long as I can read for you guys well, that's all that matters. All right, so we've got some questions here, and. All right, so he's saying, I've got Shakti first of all. All right. I think, hi, may I please receive some general guidance from Spirit? He's saying, what is important that I know from my path now? Okay, gotcha. Let's do that. Okay, so this is my response here is to your question, Shakti, and I would love to know if that's your given name. That's lovely, but I'd actually love to know how you'd like to be referred to, because I really appreciate you're on here every week, and as I am, and I'd love to know how you like to be referred to. That would help me. Okay, but anyway, looking at reading here. I've asked a general question about guidance that will most support you. I feel from looking at this, you have a tendency, whether you would admit this to yourself or not, to let life happen to you. And that is different to going with the flow. When we're going with the flow, it's beyond thought, it's beyond cognition. When we're going with the flow, it's a continual monitor, implement, whether we know it or not. Okay? But we're assessing the flow and acting accordingly, right? We're not just going with it. Because sometimes the flow will tell us to do more. Sometimes the flow will tell us to do less. That's already going. The flow, being present with it, is. But I feel for you that you sort of let life happen to you, and it's always like, oh, the universe is this, or spirits is this. And so I would love for you to tune into co-creation, co-participation more, because what you're being told here is call for it, call for it, call for it, and don't hold back with that. They are the love of spirit, and whatever you would want to call it, is saying to you, know your power, know your power, know your power, and do something with it. Because the vacillation of, well, this happened to me, and what can I do about that? That's quite a lot to get through and pass. So they're saying, no, 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 no. Things don't happen to you. You are working admirably through your karma and your karmic principles, and it's not. It's far more than simply deserving. They're reminding you of the capacity you have to choose for yourself. Okay, right. That's a more in-depth answer than I intended to give, but important. Okay. Thank you. Yes, I shall call you Shakti. All right. So where are we? Emily. Hi, Joshua. I had a fun few days with Ryan. Yes, I just saw your text, actually. I was happy to hear that. And a fun time. Did Ryan enjoy spending time with me? He's mentioned, what's that? I can't see what it says. He's mentioned planning another time seeing each other either near me or near him. Love being more open and curious and taking it day by day. Okay. Okay. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And let me show you this, Emily, really, really crystal clear. I don't love on social media how people call each other royalty, like king and queen and so on. It's like, it's a little cloying for me, but you know, it's the concept. Queen of Wands here is to you in your to be in your let's say balance, fire expression, and fire is an interesting element, as they all are. Fire is an interesting element because we want enough of it, not too much and not too little, right? And you know, when we're on fire as it were, we're exuberant and powerful in the right way, and so yes, he enjoys that. And just notice from the color as well, the fire is not scorching, right? Fire is warm, and that's very wanted. Okay, let's go on. Merriweather, if you have time for me, I would love a general reading. Thank you for doing that. Yes, of course. And Jan, I will get to you next. Merriweather. Interesting. Right. Okay. I'm assuming that your name is Merriweather. I want to actually show you, and this is probably the only time I'm going to do this today. I want to show you the cards because there's something that it's really important for me that you get from this. The 3 cards, because I don't know if you know anything about tarot, 3 cards. We've got 3 of Wands, we've got the High Priestess, and we've got the 2 of Swords here. Okay, and feel free to go back and have a look and everything at that. What I want you to know, there's an expression. Oh my God, come on, it's in my head. I'm so embarrassed. There's an expression, what you seek is seeking you, which means we don't so much have to do a lot to get something we want, because it is in its own way seeking us. It's a concept of resonance, you understand, that never doesn't work. What I really want you to know is that you have the answers, okay? And are you going to hear me go throughout this hour, but not here. You have the answers. What is kind of working against you is maybe there's a second, 2 or 3 of delay, and that's enough time for doubt to set in for you, and then we get here. Do you see the similarity of color there? But they couldn't be any more different. This one is full capability, capacity, and silent power. This one is the opposite, right? But they look actually quite similar, don't they? These 2 cards. Let me just do that. And so for you, it's about trusting the immediate flash of guidance you get before the noise, the tsunami of doubt rushes in. And if you can get used to that, you will get used to the discomfort of waiting and get past that, and then stuff comes to you. And this might sound so little and so simple, but it's not. It's massive. It's massive. This is the sort of thing that can either, it's the same thing, right? Either massively change the trajectory of your life or massively accelerate it. You see how they're the same thing. And so try to get used to pausing. You see how I stop, wait, think, feel, right? Try to get used to that in your own way. It's going to be key for you. But this is a really foundational thing, and it really will help you if you get it. Okay. I've got a question here on YouTube from Julie. Guys, well, Julie, wow, it's been a long time. Is there guidance and insight from Spirit that will assist me in my job search? Will I find healthy and gainful employment soon? Okay. Okay, so first of all, Julia, let's go to the when, and I'm getting certainly within the next 2 months. I have a question about next month. I'm reasonably confident about the next month for you. As for the guidance about the job search, it's the real short of the long here is just keep doing it. And it might sound a bit vacuous to say, but you're up against some things that it's not. You're up against some things, some challenges that are actually not in your that are not really in your domain to do anything about. And so it actually matters more that you just have the tenacity to keep going, rather than me turning this into a whole spiritual thing. You do this and tune into that and connect with that. So I don't think so. I think just an object in motion tends to stay in motion. You just continue, keep at it, and it meets you. But I am getting in the next month or 2, if you can just keep that pace going. Okay? So Jan, is it time for us to downsize again to apartment living? Oh, interesting, Joan. There are two paths. If you are doing it for financial reasons, and just take my words as they come out of my mouth, then yes, this is a good time to do it. If you are looking for a different, some people will downsize for financial reasons. Sometimes people downsize because it's just easier to look after. Sometimes they just want a different experience. And if you want a different experience, perhaps even a different location, I would say wait a little bit, actually. And remembering there's no choice you can make that you can't unmake. Okay. And like I got this place last year, and should I wish I could let it go too. I'd rather not, but I could do that. I could change my mind if I want. I'm free to change my mind. You're free to change your mind. So if it's for financial reasons, I think this is a good time to do it. If it's for wanting to live in a slightly different way, I'd say hold off a bit. And I'll be on here. I'll be on here either next week or the week after. Let's see. I'm happy to read on this again for you if you wish. Okay. Roberta, good morning. Is there anything you need to know from your angels? Okay. And Kathy, I will read from you next. And Julia, yes, I miss Kansas City too. Okay, Roberta. Right. Now, Roberta, it's not my vernacular usually to speak of angels. While I very freely and happily enjoy them and totally believe in them and work with them almost every day, I will say this is the energy of the question you're asking. So some of you might be watching this and go, "Oh, I'm going to ask about my angels too," and I'm like, "Wait, it's not. I have to answer the question truthfully, and I'm just saying this is where it's coming from, right?" And what they are saying to you is, it's a beautiful synergistic thing, Roberta, because you're asking the question actually comes from them. You get it? There isn't a beginning or end point there. You're asking because they're reminding you, and they want to remind you that they are with you, helping you fight your battles. All right, I'm going to say that again, helping you fight your battles. And you're asking this question because you don't think you have support. You think you're alone. And I'm being that bold with this. They're helping you find answers. They're helping you think through things. They're helping bring solutions to you. They're helping you be firm where you might not otherwise want to be firm. Okay, so in your question, Roberta, is the answer. You're asking if the angels have guidance for you. They're telling you they are guiding you because you're asking. Okay, it's quite lovely. Quite lovely. Quite lovely. Okay. So let's go on. Kathy, it's good to hear from you. Kathy, I think of you often. Wonder how you are. So, going through a dark night of the soul. Any insight? Okay, so Kathy, Dark Night of the Soul, and from where I'm looking, it's a little brighter than that. So let me just offer what I can to you. Dark Night of the Soul, I don't take that away from you. It is calling out of you the attributes that you will need to get through it. It's calling out of you the it's calling out of you more firmness than has been there before, being a little more direct. I want to say harder, basically, but hard is a judgment. And it all circles down to claiming, asserting boundaries, and how you wish to treat others, how you wish to be treated by others, and that's the first thing. And there's a part of you that doesn't want to do that. And we have to remember that for everything we want to have happen and become, we got to become that. And then you've got this bit of attrition and friction as we meet the version of ourselves that we're becoming. That's the first thing I'm saying. But that is happening. That is happening. And you're feeling the rub, the strain, resistance, challenge. I don't know. But you're feeling that what you don't want to be feeling, you're feeling because of that. But you're becoming it. You are becoming it. I actually don't see much challenge in front of me. I see some. And here's the other thing. You're taking on a lot, right? You're taking on a lot. I haven't spoken to you for years, but you're taking on a lot, it seems here, and it's a lot on you, but it's going to bring you a lot as well. Abraham Hicks would tell a story about the boy who carried a cow, the cow, and every day they'd go for a walk, and he had to go over a fence, and they'd pick up the cow and climb over the fence and put the cow down, and on they go. And every day they do this, the boy would get older, the cow would get bigger, and the cow would weigh more to take over the fence. But as time went on, the boy grows into a man and gets stronger, and he's able to handle and carry more. And so for you, I am seeing the other side of this, what comes because of what you're handling and growing and learning to handle now. So actually the trajectory is good. The future is clearer and brighter as far as I'm seeing, if I can just offer that to you, okay? Right. Lisa, I'll get to your question after this one. I've got a question on here on YouTube. I believe it's Kathy. I'm forgetting. I'm now forgetting. But I was saying, can I have guidance from you regarding my career, please? Right. Please think about your career in two ways. One is what we can do for others. The other is what we can make happen ourselves. There is, of course, an overlap between both of those. That which we do for others, we could see that like a job and traditional career. Okay. I have to be honest with you, and I'm seeing challenge there. So much challenge that I don't have the time to get into it here. As my father used to say, every challenge is an opportunity. I can't believe I'm saying that out loud. I really can't. Every challenge is an opportunity, and you're being you're being gestured towards creating your own way rather than requiring others to do that with and for you. And the more that you reach into your own gifts and share them, and I'm not trying to be all spiritual with gifts here. I would say being a good organizer, a good communicator, being well disciplined, these are all gifts, right? And the more you lean into that, I do see, I'm getting all the money cards here. So if I can put that in a sentence, it's look from, that's it, look from within you as the way rather than outside of you, right? For you here. Took me a minute to get my words out. Okay, we got Lisa. Where did you go? Where did you go? Where did you go? Lisa, greetings. What is coming on your path regarding your love life? Okay. Okay. So first of all, before I go any further, Lisa, I'm seeing it in the second half of this year. So I'm not seeing it in the first half of this year, if I'm just being very clear with you. Something's being cleared out the way, whatever it is, it's not so important. It will do its own thing, right? But second half of the year, it looks very promising in this respect. Straight away, a cursory look at it, I prefer for you the last part of the year, but I'm sure you would wish it sooner. So let's just have a look. And I was wrong. So what I'm seeing for you is in, think in the window of, the window of July through September. That's the sort of period I'm getting here. I see someone a little younger than you. I don't know how old you are. I'm not going to ask, but that's what I'm seeing for you, okay? Paulette. Hi, I intentionally left my job after almost 30 years. Gosh, wow. Currently on an intentional break. Unsure if I should start looking again or continue on this sabbatical. Thank you. So I'm having trouble seeing here. Okay, left my job. Sure if I just start looking again or continue on this sabbatical. Okay. You know, it's a This is a tricky one because both paths are quite interesting for you, Paulette. I would encourage you to see both as their own unique journeys. There's something I really like about you continuing on this sabbatical, as you're calling it. I do quite like something about that, except for there comes a point on that you start to feel a little enclosed by it, which is kind of the complete opposite, isn't it, of what we want to happen. Whereas to look for a new job now, I see being a little tiring to begin with, but actually very empowering, and you kind of find a new community with that. I'm like, well, I really like that. So I think this is a very rare occasion where I would split the difference and say, why don't you just leave everything alone for a couple of weeks and just kind of catch up with yourself and just be, right, and then begin to look for another job. But you understand, it's not so I can have another job. It's to galvanize yourself and find community. All right, completely different energy there. Because if you think like, oh, I'm looking for a job, so I'm not honoring myself, that's not what I'm saying or seeing. Okay, sorry, just 1 second here. Good. Callie, can I please get a message that sheds light around anything that is important for me to know in this now? It's always so much appreciation. Okay. Can I please get a message that sheds light around anything that is important for me to know now? Okay. Excuse me, everyone. I just need to open a window here. It's been quite cold today, and it just suddenly warming up a bit. Okay. So where did we get to? Callie. Okay. Well, I'm going to give you a tangential answer then, Callie, because the light is coming, but I'm speaking slightly in the future tense here because you seem to be kind of in the middle of a lot going on. I see you in the middle of things changing quite a bit, and also things not kind of happening yet, which must be very frustrating. I will say this though, the 3 cards I got here, these are all, as in my vernacular, I would say very spirit-led. And you might say, well, aren't they all? Well, yes, they are, and then they are. These are the sort of cards, it's the major arcana. These are the sort of cards where it's really governed by a higher version of yourself. And I've got to make this about you rather than saying spirit or angels like it's separate from you. It's not. We've got the version of us that speaks, and like I'm speaking to you right now, this is a smaller version of us. And we've got the greater version of us as well, which has everything orchestrated and so on. And if only we could all communicate happily with that, we wouldn't worry about anything. We'd be completely fine. But so I just want to say, this is what is going, what you are working through and on right now is exactly as it should be. That's what I want to say. And it will, I'm sure on the human, it's not super enjoyable right now, but I really do see the path opening up. I really do. There we go. I'm struggling with my words today. I'm quite tired today. I don't know why. We don't know why. Keep going. Did I skip anyone? No, I didn't. Michelle, going house hunting next week for this new move. Any guidance for you with that? Michelle, I really don't have much guidance for you other than I think it's going to go really, really well. And this is a beautiful spread I've got here. I'm very optimistic for you. I think it's going to just go well. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the planes. Yeah. I've got the area we live in. There's naval bases, there's air bases. Half the people you meet and bump into seem to work for the military. It's crazy. All right. Super. Okay, I think that's everyone. So let's just take a breath. Let's all just take a breath together. Let's all take a breath together. You know how I like to always complete these. I like to take a breath, and it might be the first conscious breath any of us took today. You know, I'm not saying it is, but take a breath. We get more into the flow. We align to that. We align to what is there for us. We take a breath in a stressed, exhausted world. We take a breath for people that do not have the presence of mind to take a breath for themselves now. We extend ease and presence of mind to them. We say a prayer for this world. We give gratitude to who we are and what we have. Now, Lord, we say thank you. All right. Well, I'll say wishing you all a wonderful week. Thank you for being on with me, and thank you for trusting me with your questions. I do hope it's been supportive. I do have an online group. I do have an online membership group, but you know what? I'll say more about it in a couple of months when it's easier to get on and everything, and you get reminders for this and all that. Anyway, love to you all. Forgive the ramble, and see you soon.